Everybody, and do I have something special for you today? I was cleaning out my basement the other day, and my parents recently moved. They bought a new house, and they gave me a bunch of old stuff that was hanging around, and I was going through those boxes, and in one of those boxes, lo and behold, was this, my Sega Nomad. And yes, like many people, I bought this when it was about $50 on sale because they were on clearance because nobody wanted them. So here it is. This thing is ridiculously big and really awkward to hold. This is really the first time that they shrunk sort of the 16-bit sort of systems down to anything. I guess there was like the TurboGrafx 16 first, but this is the Genesis with blast processing, and you need, back in the late 90s, to house the blast processing, you still needed something pretty big. I remember I stopped using it at all, not only because the battery life was terrible, but the 4-way stopped working on it. So we got standard Genesis slot there, the standard Genesis AV out, power in, which this is really a pretty stupid place for a power in. You got your power switch, the wonderful battery holder connector thing, which I can't find the battery holder for, so I have a power adapter that I'm going to be using, a controller port, so presumably so a second person can play it. I would imagine only if it's plugged into something. It is, as a portable Genesis, it's pretty good. You got a volume control here, headphones, contrast, very important. It's got the 6-button controller there, mode select, cheap nasty little speaker on it. It's actually not a bad weight to it until you add the battery pack, and then it gets pretty bad from what I remember, but can't test that right now. It's got the left hand's not too bad. The right hand is just terrible. I have big hands, and this is just not... I can't really find a comfortable way of holding this thing. So, go ahead and plug her in. And, got to pick a game to put in here. So why not any better game than the original Sonic the Hedgehog? And yes, this is the not for resale version, because this is the one that came with my Sega Genesis when I bought it. Look at that. So let's pop this open. Again, on the cartridge, not for resale. Throw her in there. Hopefully this cord is long enough. Yeah, the power connector on this thing is a bit dodgy. Look at that brilliant screen that you can barely... Oh, I love that sound. Let's try and adjust the contrast here. There. Okay, let's see if I... Of course, I can see it on the camera, but I can't see it very well. It's sort of this thing has such a terrible viewing angle for the screen. I'm going to attempt to do this. It's sort of a negative from where I can see it, so hopefully this will work all right. I was trying to play this a little bit the other day, and that's the really huge problem with this thing, and I think a big reason why it never took off is because the screen is so terrible. So let's give this... Boy, let's hit start there. Okay, start. Okay. Let's see how we can do here. Yeah, the screen on my video camera is, and oh, geez, yeah, yeah, I'm having some problems here just seeing this, but you can see just how quickly that screen gets blurred. Let's see here. Oh, I can kind of see it through that. But yeah, the response on this screen is just, the refresh rate is terrible for trying to play video games, especially something like Sonic the Hedgehog, where it's a fairly fast-moving game. The amazing thing with this, too, is I'm barely even needing to think about what I'm doing here, because I've played this game so many times. Of course, if you're at all familiar with this game, I'm just kind of going through the first act here the quick way. And I'm not going to have very many rings, and I feel very ashamed for that. So, hey, here's a nice blast from the past. I'm having a hard time seeing. It works absolutely fine. The speaker actually isn't that bad either. Let's turn that off. Let's try another game. Oh. Further on in the Sonic lexicon, there is, of course, Sonic and Knuckles, the first video game ever to feature lock-on technology, and pretty much the only one ever, too. This was one of my absolute... This provided many hours of entertainment, especially playing through Sonic 2 as Knuckles. So let's put that in there. And this becomes very apparent why this is a bad idea for a portable system. This Mr. Lock-On cover just isn't held in place. I seem to remember it being, but it isn't. So when you're like moving it around, it just flips open and not really shut, but it stays open. I don't really care for that. Loading. Sega. Oh man. Check that out. Let's play as Knuckles, because, you know, we already played a little bit of Sonic there. Oh man. I wish I could see this better. Okay. Oh, that's right. It has a cutscene. I forgot about that. That's why I couldn't move. Oh no, it's the evil Dr. Eggman or Robotnik or... Yeah, this screen is just so awful. I mean, that's... Outside of that, it works. It's a perfectly serviceable system. Oh, that's right. Knuckles doesn't jump as high as Sonic does now. Some of the famous Knuckles wall climbing action. Whoa, where'd I go? Okay. And the Knuckles gliding action. Ah! Stupid football player goo. Yes, there we go. But yeah, I mean... There's that. I mean, it's just interesting. Yeah, There's that. This connector's in such a stupid place. And it's a really loose connection. It could just be the fact that this is a really cheap adapter, too. But I figured, you know what? Might as well take a look at some other games here. Some of my other favorite games that I spent a lot of time playing, such as NHL 94. This is really the game that introduced me to hockey. And I love this game. I would play this before school. Every day. In the strange EA Genesis cartridge with the weird little yellow thing on it. It actually has the label of what game it is on the top, so does... Hey, look at that. That one does too. Although I really like the Genesis... I mean, compared to my friends that had Super Nintendo, because the Genesis games actually come in a plastic case, so you can stick them on the shelf, you can see them there, you don't have to fiddle with them all loose in a cardboard box. That's another reason, you know, Sega for you there. It's just big gaps around it because of how different the cartridge shape is. This is classic hockey right here, man. Mark Lesser presents. Let's start. Oh, man. Oh, that brings back so many memories. And the select screen. Yeah, Kings. Nope. Okay, continue. Oh, continue playoffs? Was I? Wow. Was I in like the middle of playing? The memory on this thing must still work if I was actually... Oh, wow. That's amazing. If that's really the case. New playoff game? No. Shootout? No. Regular season. Yeah, let's do regular season. Oh, yeah. See, there. That's the four-way controller issue there. I'm pressing down and it pops right back up. That's a big part of the reason why I stopped playing this. And... okay, yeah, this is why I stopped playing it. I couldn't figure out how to fix this thing. And, I'm still doing it again. Well, crap. Okay, then, I guess I won't be playing any of this, or really anything else. That's a shame. Yeah, let's just see. Let's just hit start there. the introduction thing goes through all the players. A wonderful old picture of Steve Eiserman there. Old. So got the fake. Yeah, that's. Oh man, 16-bit music for the win. Oh, that's right. It's a demo. That's exactly why I stopped playing this thing. The crappy 4-way controller. And hey, my laundry's done too. But that's the Sega Nomad. One of the most disappointing. One of the most a video game that had a lot of potential, but really falls short in so many ways. Portability, playability, watchability. There it is. Good night, sweet prince.